sure you're all refreshed after having the chilled Nimbu Pani. So let's begin our next session, which is a motivational talk and an inspirational talk by none other than the most favorite on our campus of students, respected Colonel Gopal Karunakaran, who is the CEO of the Shivnada Schools and ex-president of the Shivnada University. He had his term here for 3 to 4 years, in which he highly inspired students, and Rohit is one of them. Just one of the many people whose lives were touched by Colonel Gopal's motivation, his encouragement to do better and more in life. Colonel Gopal's belief in education being a tool for social transformation has driven him to absorb a rich and diverse experience across all facets of school education. He's been a member of the National Committee of Education and was also part of the team which formulated proposals to the government on the Right to Education Act. A graduate of the National Defense Academy, he spent 30 years in the Indian Army, 10 of which were in the region of Kashmir, including the Siachen Glacier. While with the Army, he was also chosen for the United Nations mission in Kuwait in a multilateral and multicultural environment. He is an MPhil and an MA from the University of Madras, and he began his civilian journey in education in 2008 as Vice President of Career Launcher Group, where he headed the group's K-12 school expansion drive. He joined the Shivnada School as the director in 2011, and of course, he's been with the foundation for almost 13 years. Along with an obsessive compulsion to read and write, he is a great public speaker, and that's one of the reasons we've invited him to come and speak to you all and motivate you all. He is a great sport fanatic, and of course, he used to play with the students here on campus in the mornings and the evenings. And as you can see, he's the fittest of us all, and he doesn't, I think, spare a day when he doesn't play sports. So may I request Colonel Gopal to kindly come on stage and, of course, address the student cohort, which has been here from 9 states of the country.
Vinny ma'am said that I'll talk about motivation and leadership. Is that what you said? So do you need motivation? Do you need motivation? Well, you can talk to me, it's okay. We're a small class, small group. Do you need? Yeah, exactly. We don't need motivation. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'll try and do, and I distribute chocolates for anyone who tries to break my acronyms and my letters on the board. It's a deep thing. It's not funny, but it's a bit deep. But any guesses? I think I could try and do this, and maybe I'll try and do. And I can give a clue if you want, but this is what I think I'll talk about. This is what I'd like to talk about. Say, what does P stand for? What's it? Yeah? Shivnada School. Okay. And? Nope. Okay, so the clue is, by the time you're teenagers, which all of you are, it's sort of good to start thinking, just thinking about this. Puberty. Purpose. Not puberty. That happens. Purpose. Okay, sort of start thinking. Some people go through their life without thinking. जिंदा क्यों है? हैं? करना क्या है? नहीं? So I'm not saying you have to have an answer, but at least you have to start thinking, right? Okay, so let's start with a very simple question. You have decided to come for the Young Thinkers Forum? Any ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And you would have heard it either from teachers or your parents or your friends. And I'm guessing some of you made a conscious choice to come here. And I'm guessing some of you were forced by your parents to come here. So we are now going to check who did what. How many of you came here on your own will? Okay. How many are here because parents or somebody said go? You can raise your hands. It's 1, 2, 3. So you're the interesting audience because we're going to make it exciting for you to say it was worth it, right? So you are here because you chose to come here, right? So random, doesn't matter, whatever you feel like. Why? Like, why? I also gathered from Minnie ma'am that while the Shivnara school is like one school, many of you from one person from your city or your school, right? So I'm guessing you are not here because I'll have a good time with my friends. Anyone? No. So why? Yep. Why? I thought you raised your hands. Doesn't matter. Which class are you in? 10th. Okay. So you are looking forward to an experience, right? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone? Please go. Yep.
Make friends.
Make friends. Good reason. You're seriously considering Shivnada University next year? How many of you are considering Shivnada University? Okay, so that's a great reason, right? Come here, spend 10 days or 7, 8 days, and you get a great idea of what the campus would look like. Any other reasons why you think you're here? You must have taken a decision, something would have crossed your head. This young lady. Yes. Very honest and very nice. What's your name? Aditi, you're going to get the first 2 chocolates for being so straightforward and honest. Okay, so clap. Okay, so anyone else? Any unusual reason to be here because you've taken a interesting decision? Yep. Thoda loudly.
I thought about coming to Shivnada University and I thought this would be a great use of my vacation time and it would help me socialize with many people and help me learn more things which would help me in my future. Get exposure of different courses and curriculums.
And you also 12? No.
11.
Are you also thinking of Shivnada University as an
I'm
option?
considering Shivnada.
Okay, so in some ways,
Hello,
that's
check.
what you've just done. This, uh, because you could have taken some other options of staying at home and watching a lot of stuff on Netflix and slept till 11 o'clock and generally said it's holiday time, why get up, and slept late at 2 o'clock, right? But interesting that you didn't do that and you are sort of curious and you want to figure and go to an unexplored space, this fairly unexplored. How's the campus, by the way? It's probably the finest campus in India. It's got amazing things, including horses, greenery, dogs if you love them.
Almost trying to attend the session.
Huh?
Almost trying to attend.
Yeah, they're always trying to attend lots of things. So there are, as you know, in this country, there are dog lovers, there are dog scary people and dog haters, and people who are neutral till they get bitten. So there are lots of people, right? Okay. So one of the interesting things is for you to figure. All of us are from a particular background, right? Tell me, I think Partha sir just spoke to you before, economics professor. What percentage of India's society in economic income do you think your parents come from? India's economic income, 100%. So what percentage do you think your parents come from? Guess. Oh, okay. So let's say your father earns 40 lakhs of rupees or whatever. Because you're going to a particular school, you've come for the Young Thinkers Forum, you're from a particular school, you're from a particular society, but you must be, therefore, you live in a particular home. Anyone here sleeps at night in North India without an air conditioner? Okay, so that your economic income is fairly clear. You also have a car, etc. What percentage of the economic income of the country, right? Poorest being bottom 10%, richest people being top 10%. Do you think your parents are in? Guess. Economic students, 12th, 11th. How many economic students? हाँ, चलो आप बताओ. Top 50%? Okay. Top 40%? Top 0.02%. Top 0.02%. If your father earns even 30-40 lakhs of rupees, you're in the top 0.02% of this country. Did you realize that now? Realize it now. Which means that when you grow up with relative comfort, car, AC, etc., condominium, friends of the same type, there's something that you don't have. What is that? Perspective. Very good. Who said that? You said. I thought it came from you. You said perspective? Do chocolate. What's your name? Kartike. Why perspective, Kartike? That's a good answer.
Because we've all grown up in very protected environments. We have barely seen two parts of what life is. So we do not have that perspective. Whenever we set out in the real world, that is what we will be.
Wonderful. It's a terrific answer. Do you mind clapping for that? That's good. Wonderful. Very good. Very good. I didn't expect that. Absolutely. One of them is perspective, right? You don't have perspective because you grow up in a particular environment. I do nursery children's or parents orientation in Shiv Nada school, and I ask the nursery parents whose children are going to come to Shiv Nada school, when will your child cross the road independently? Without your hand, without you around you. What do you think the answer normally you get? Around 10? 13, 14? Anyone else, boys? What do you think they say? Huh? So the first time I asked this question about 4 years ago in Gurgaon school, the lady on this side said 21. You have all traveled in Delhi streets? You all moved around? You see red light? वहाँ पे एक अर्चिन होता है गरीब और 2 बच्चे होते हैं, वो रोड क्रॉस करते हैं, 4 साल के होते हैं, 3 साल के होते हैं, मम्मी पापा बगल में बैठते हैं और ये क्रॉस करते हैं. उसको भी पता है कुछ नहीं होने वाला. एनीवन कांट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी? ओके, तो उसको भी पता है कुछ नहीं होगा, मतलब मम्मी पापा को भी पता है, कार ड्राइवर को भी पता है कुछ नहीं होता है. So the age at which you cross the road is directly proportional to the wealth of the family. Did you get it? Did you get it? अरे directly proportional तो पता है, maths. The richer you are, the older you are going to be to cross the road. Correct? Correct or not? Which is what, sorry, your name? Kartike? Which is what Kartike was saying. You don't have perspective, right? You think you're in the top 30%, sorry, you're in the top 0.02. 0.02. Can you believe it? That 99.8% of Indians are poorer than your parents. 99.8. Go and check it out.
99.98.
99.8. 0.02. 99.8% of Indians are poorer than your parents. Right? And you don't cross the road simply because of the fact that the richer you are, the less risk we will take. But you guys have done a great job at taking the risk of saying, Chalo, Shiv Nada University jate hain, and let's go and check it out and live alone. Right? Get it? Because I went to the army at your age. I went to the National Defence Academy. You want to see army photos? Arey, say yes or no? Yes, sir. Can I tell you army story? Yes, sir. Of what? Siachen? Have you heard of Siachen? Yes. Anyone who knows Siachen, just say whatever you know. Yeah.
I guess it's the Kashmir border. It's located somewhere near the Kashmir border. And I guess
Which is the second highest peak in the world?
Kanchenjunga.
No. K2. So right below K2. It's north. The place I served in at the highest post in the world at 22,000 feet, the temperature is minus 50. And we wear 7 layers of clothes here, 7 socks, 2 shoes. And when you breathe, your breath freezes on your mustache, it becomes ice. You think it's true? It's true. Okay? So, then you suddenly go from this privileged environment and you go to the army and you go to the National Defense Academy, you're kicked around and you really train. It becomes a different life. And you meet people from all walks of life. Right? There will be some who's really poor because India doesn't cost anything. It used to cost us some 200 rupees a month. Free. Everything is free actually. Right? But you learn perspective. Right? And you go into the army and travel to every corner of this country and you realize actually what I just said, that, well, people are really, really poor. Right? For all our economic growth and GDP growth and everything else we want to compete with the rest of the world, we realize there's a long way to go and there's a lot to happen. And you guys have to look at yourself as leaders because that's what the privilege we have got. What's the privilege we've got? What's the privilege we've got?
Able to attend to the which is
No. Half chocolate. What's the privilege we've got? You're all right, but you haven't got the chocolate. Okay, the privilege you've got is your birth. You happen to be born in a particular family, happens to be well-to-do. Okay, so all the stupid things that we have, stress, exam, relationships, forget it, man. You're super lucky you were born where you are. You feel it? Now I'm telling you, 0.02. Right? And you didn't do anything about it. Just happened. Okay, so I will now introduce myself. I'll say 4 things about me. 1 is not true. You have to guess which one. Okay? Okay, I was born in London. I'm left-handed. I have a twin. I love food. I was born in London. You get only 2 chances. 1 chance gone.
you have a twin.
I have a twin. Correct, but 2 chances are gone. I don't love food. I was left-handed. I wrote. So, by the way, from the 4 things I said about myself, did I earn any of this? London, I didn't earn. Father, mother were there. Left-handed, I didn't earn. Genetics. Twin, I didn't earn. Something happened. Built-in friend. Okay? Very lucky. So, some of the things which happen to us, we have no control over. We have to feel gratitude for what we have. That's when you don't feel gratitude for what we have. All of you tried ChatGPT? Everyone? Yeah. One of the first questions I tried to type on ChatGPT was that, ChatGPT, I am feeling low. Cheer me up. What do you think ChatGPT told me? Huh? What do you think?
I am an AI, I cannot understand your feelings.
Now that's the interesting part. When you say that ChatGPT, I'm depressed, ChatGPT will say, I'm an AI. I think you need medical help. You should meet a clinical psychologist. Please go ahead. But when you type that I'm feeling low, here is what ChatGPT says. Practice gratitude first. By the way, it answers in like 10 seconds, man. Gives you a whole paragraph. Spend time with someone you love. Do something that really interests you and excites you. Correct? All correct, no? If you're feeling low, this is what you should do. But AI is not going to do this for you. These are all human things. Every one of this stuff you have to do yourself. Practice gratitude, aapko hi karna hai. Going to feel gratitude, 0.02. I should call your batch 0.02. Where's Vinny ma'am? It's a good name. 0.02. All of us, not you. All of us are 0.02. So unless you feel gratitude, you won't feel good about yourself. Okay, so this is all I'll do. Then I'll tell you one army story and I'm done, right? The other thing is, what are these two? Okay, so I don't know if you've thought of it, but 12th class, raise your hands. Yeah. So you guys in a year, you're going to go to college. Are you likely to go to college away from your parental home? Okay. You're going to stay. Which state? Which place? No. Boy at the back. Yep. You said no, you're going to stay in your... You said no? Are you going to go to a college outside your parental home? I'm looking... Yeah.
Yes.
You are?
No, I'm not.
You're going to go...
I'm going to stay with them.
Why? Which college?
Probably this.
Oh, your parents are here.
Even they're not here.
Huh.
They're not.
No. This is a residential college. No day school. We don't take day scholars. You like this place? Come and live on campus. So, you change your mind. Or go to Amity. There you can go and come back. Huh? Or go to DU. Horrible. Both my children went there. My brother went there. My sister went there. My father was a professor at Delhi University. I still won't recommend DU. Good question. AC कमरे नहीं है. और क्या है, कमला मार्केट में रहना पड़ेगा 15,000 रुपए में. रिवर व्यू अपार्टमेंट्स, नाला है सामने. मेरी बेटी रहती थी. I can do stand-up comic also, by the way. River view apartments. So I went to my daughter Priyanka playing basketball for St. Stephen's College. I said, what is this river view? She said, ये river view है तो नाला है. कहता हाँ river view apartment है, लेकिन रह के देखो, खाना खुद बनाओ. यहाँ तो mess है, residential campus है. You guys are not ready for that, let me tell you. But it's a great experience, try. But what will happen when you go to a college? Every single day, you will be making 3 choices every day. Every day. What are those choices? I don't know if the 12th class has realized. Chocolate each. Tell me. Yes. No. Do I eat breakfast? उससे पहले एक और choice है. उठना है कि नहीं? Whether to attend class. 3 choices you will make every day. Okay? Every day you will make 3 choices and you will ask yourself, am I a child or am I an adult, and why did I come to college? The children among you who think you're still children, you'll get lazy because you have a privileged background. You'll say, forget it यार, क्यों जाना है? कल तो 2 बजे सोए थे. पार्टी भी करना है. Right? And the most beautiful part of the day is when, am I giving you lectures like you didn't expect now? Grandfather and father and mother may be giving you this stuff. But here in your school, every day your mom wakes you up, father wakes you up, or you wake up and say, बच्चे बस जा रही है, drop करना है, time है, school का time है, उठना है, breakfast खाना है. You know, you have to have healthy breakfast. Nobody is going to ask you that question. Right? Those are the 3 biggest choices you will make. Right? And you will make another big choice. What else? Other choices you'll make? When you go to college, what are the other choices you make in India? Huh? Sports? Oh, so some course and all is easy. Courses you'll make. Multidisciplinary university, I've done computer science, I want to do design, and my friends are doing it, I'm interested in it. Other choices you'll make. The younger ones, are you getting me? You're there, na? Okay. So I want you. Stream and all you'll make, man. That's not difficult. Friend groups. बाहर जाके beer पीना है कि नहीं? After that, some more choice और सब drug कर रहे हैं, ये भी try करें क्या? These are all choices you will make yourself, and it will reflect on who you are, what sort of person you are, what you think about your life, and whether you think you should be doing that with the privilege that you're born with and with your father and mother's money. And very poor characters make those choices with their father and mother's money because you are anyway spoiled. Okay, I finished this bhashan bit. I know I'm getting on your wrong side, right? But just remember that what's going to define you is the choices you make, right? But choices is nothing because choices is connected to habits. What's going to define you is the habits you choose. The fact that you've chosen to come here already says something about you because you could have slept at home and said, I have had a hard 11th class, now I go to sleep a little bit before my 12th, or let me sleep a little bit and relax and watch movies. But you've chosen to come and experiment by coming here and listening to Partha Chatterjee and lots of interesting people, Akash sir tomorrow on robotics, and you're curious, you're interested, so you made the choice. But remember, your choices and your habits will define you throughout your life. Right? And it's you. It's no more going to be mother, father, or grandparents. It's going to be you. You're going to make those choices. So if there's something that you can take away from me today, just remember the choices you make is going to define you and it's going to be you who's responsible for it. Right? I don't mind if you write it, by the way, because you won't forget. What sport are you going to play after this? Anyone? Okay. All right. So enjoy your sport. I still love my sport. And okay, so we did this. Okay, this is a photograph of my life in Kashmir. And this has been the biggest privilege I've ever had in my life to join the Indian Army, to spend 27 years of my life in the Indian Army and be a frontline soldier, be in Kashmir, be in Siachen, and have the most incredible experience of Indian soldiers who are the finest people you can ever find anywhere. The sense of loyalty and commitment that Indian Army soldiers have, you can't get it anywhere. Any Fauji kids here? Grandfather? You? Grandfather. Okay. Okay. This I won't tell you, but if you ask me later, but I'll tell you one story. It's called Baby from the Skies. Anyone heard it before from me? Sort of. Have you? No, this is not a movie. No, no. Okay. So, who all have been to Kashmir? Okay. The most beautiful place there is called the Dal Lake, and it's good throughout the year. So if you've been to Kashmir, Dal Lake, it's a huge lake, it's a valley, and the story goes back to October 82. It's true story because I was there. Okay? So the Dal Lake in Kashmir in winter, October, November, starts getting frozen. It freezes. You can walk on it, you can skate on it if it freezes. And the stories of this little area, you know what this area is? You've seen the movie Uri? How many have seen Uri? Wow. Okay, so, okay, where are we? So, do you know what this line is? That's LOC, LC, which you have all heard of, right? So, this part is Pakistan occupied, which we call Pakistan occupied. They call? GK, Azad Kashmir. They call it Azad, they have Azad, but we call it Pakistan occupied. So the story is from here, the Dal Lake is here, and Uri is right here, right? So very close by. Okay, so I was posted there, right next to the line of control. That's the mountain range. So the story I'm telling you is, let's say, this is the line of control, right? And here is a big mountain. And I was posted like here, just across a mountain. Mountain, then valley, and line of control. Got it? So which means this whole area, which is other side of the mountain, is cut off for 6 months. When it snows, the road gets snowed in, and you can't clear the snow, and you can't go across. And who's stuck on the other side? Stuck on the other side. Except long 15, 16-hour army patrols at night with stuff on the back or helicopters. Right? Otherwise, 30,000 people on the other side, 30,000 troops on the other side, all along the border. And there's a mountain, there's a pass. And the story happened on the other side. So this is how it started. So it's snowing, the pass closed. Now, before the pass closed, Brigadier, his wife, children, and other people were there for Dashera. And the orders came, pass going to close, it's going to snow, come back. So they all said, Diwali आने वाली है, थोड़ा रुक जाते हैं, मौसम बहुत अच्छा है. But मौसम अच्छा खराब हो गया, बर्फ गिर गई, बर्फ गिर गई, बर्फ गिर गई, बर्फ गिर गई, रोड बंद हो गया. और दूसरी तरफ 3 ladies, 4 children got stuck. They had to come this side. They couldn't tell the army because the army had said come back. All civilians other than Fajis. You getting the story so far? So they stayed on the other side. Then they said, what do we do? They said, we'll now walk. So they said, we're going to walk 14 hours in the cold, up a mountain, down the other side. So no other option, otherwise you can't be here for 6 months. So they all trained a little bit and all the ladies and all ready to walk. But there was a little story, little problem. One of the ladies, one of the parents, one of the couples had a 2-month-old baby. Now the 2-month-old baby couldn't come, obviously. Who will walk with a 2-month-old baby when the temperature is minus 20 and there's snow and blizzard? So, and I was on this side. I was a lieutenant. You know what's a lieutenant? Before a captain. So this is the store. This is the place. Tangdhar on the other side. Beautiful place, but and this is the road which looks good. And this is what happens when it closes. Slowly closes. More snow, closed. They got stuck because the pass closed. And the Nastachun Pass, also called Sadhana, because there's an actress called Sadhana. Soldiers name all sorts of posts by actors and actresses' names, called Sadhana. Then I get a phone call on the other side that Gopal, listen, there's a helicopter coming and there's a parcel, go and pick it up. So I said, okay, I'll go and pick up the parcel. So I don't know anything else because I was told it's a parcel in a helicopter. Helicopter comes, I go up, the rotor of the helicopter doesn't stop, which is strange. Normally it stops and the pilot tells me to come. I run, go under the rotor, I pick up the parcel, and I pick the parcel, helicopter goes away. It's very strange. And I put my hand into the basket and I feel a blanket and then I feel skin. That's what came in the basket. So I said, what the, you know what I said? I said, what the hell? And I said, this Captain Major has a lot of explaining to do. I took the baby, I like children in any case. I took the baby up and I took that phone call of the army. I said, so what the hell is it? He said, hold on, come now. We'll tell you the whole story. This is what happened. Everybody is walking. We couldn't tell you anything. But the baby couldn't obviously be carried. Now look after the baby for the night. So somebody who's never had a baby, I said, okay, babies must be okay. So I took the baby. How many have younger brothers and sisters? Baby's okay? So initially the baby was quite okay. First the baby made I still remember, she made these funny things. What the hell are you doing? Why you remove the blanket from my eyes and all? So anyway, we took the baby away, made some noise, all lieutenants, bachelors. And of course the baby started bawling and throwing everything around. And she was about 2 months old. Then we didn't know what to do, but fortunately there was a major's wife and we went and said, ma'am, we have to look after this baby this whole night. So she said, where's this baby from? I said, well, this is the story, mother, father coming. They'll come at 10 in the morning, but whole night we tended to this baby. And they walked across a pass and they came the next day. And obviously, what do you think happened when they met their baby? What do you think would have happened to the mother and father when they met their baby? Whole night, no phones, remember? No mobiles, no phone, only checking on the army thing. What do you think would have happened? They cried, happy, tears. They forgot about these guys who looked after the baby. Obviously, that's okay. So anyway, we also receded into the background. But it became a great story for all of us. We used to talk about it. So I was commanding my battalion, became a colonel 2002, and I talked about this story in my battalion. And somebody say, "Hey, Major Wali, that is Major Wali's daughter. She still stays in Noida. Why didn't you go and meet her?" I said, "Wow, this is great." So I went to Noida. I've got the address. I knocked on the door. Lady opened. Said, "Okay." I said, "Sir, do you remember the Tangdhar, the baby? He came in a helicopter." He said, "Yeah, did you look after the baby?" I said, "Yes, sir." Called in, hugged, had pakoras, chai, exchanged the story. I'd written a blog on it, shared the blog. If you go on Google and say "Baby from the Skies," Gopal Karunakaran, you can read the blog. Okay? If you do "Baby from the Skies," that's the title of the blog. So, and it's great to meet them, but the baby was in LSR, so she was in college, and we forgot. So, then, 2 years ago, in Shivnada University, I got a call. I was here. And someone called me and he said, "You know what? We read the blog, Baby from the Skies. We'd like to come and meet you. It's New Year. We'd like to say hello." And somebody's very excited and all that. So I said, "Okay, but why do you want to come from Faridabad so far away?" "No, no, no. We want to come and meet you and all." So, anyway, they came, asked me to tell the story again. I told the story again. I don't know if you've heard this, Akash. You didn't hear. So they told the story again, and this lady got up and she said, "You know what? I was a baby." That's here in SNU. Right? So I met the baby after 37 years. It's fantastic to meet her. Coincidence don't stop. The baby, that is the mother, Neha, her daughter Shesha, went to Shivnada School, Noida. Okay. So every story has something good to, and she's also written poems. Okay. What do you think I learned from this story? What would you have learned from the story? Life is a funny thing. Okay. What else? What would you have learned from the story? What do you learn from the story? How to? How to look after a baby. I don't know if I learned that much in one night. I handed over to that lady after a couple of hours. But yeah. Okay. Yep. What goes around comes around. What's your name? Alvira. Which school and which city? Okay. You know this word? What does it mean? What does it mean? Who's doing English? Yep. What does it mean?
I don't know, finding something that's like really valuable, but it's not like really cared after.
Very nice.